This is a step-by-step tutorial on how to make deepfake video using AI tools like ElevenLabs and Synclabs.
Thanks to the wonders of modern technology, I am now the deepfake Ron Burgundy, a digital homage to the original, bringing you the same charm, wit, and impeccable style through the marvels of AI and deep learning.
Hi everyone, this is Mike Tyson. Just kidding, I am actually a deepfake version of Mike Tyson created by AI Workshop to explain to you the fascinating world of AI singularity. So let's jump right in.
All right, let's get started. First, I want to introduce the tools that we're going to use. We're going to use ElevenLabs to generate the voice or clone the voice. We're going to use Runway to remove the background of the original video that we acquire for whatever celebrity is or whoever it is. And then we're going to use Synclabs to do the lip sync and combine the video and the audio file together to kind of do the final product. And then obviously we'll also use some kind of video editing software. So, you know, iMovie, Premiere Pro, whatever you like. It doesn't have to be a very complicated software. I'm going to use Camtasia because that's what I use to record my screen and do editing as well. So, but like I said, I've used Premiere Pro or whatever. You can use whatever you're comfortable with to kind of combine and edit all these things and put them together. Okay, so those are the tools. Those are the 3 tools that we're going to use. So the first step is going to be finding your video, whoever the celebrity is, or if it's somebody that's not even famous, right? Like whatever it is that you want to do as far as the lip syncing goes, you have to find that video first. And you could do that on YouTube and just download the video or buy it from somewhere, whatever you want to do. But basically for this one, I'm going to use Ron Burgundy's video. So I just searched Ron Burgundy on YouTube and found this interview of his. So I'm going to download this video and then edit it in a video editing software to remove the voice, and so that way we can put our own voice clone in there. Okay, so that's basically step 1, is to download the video, whatever video or whatever celebrity you find. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and then bring this over to my video editing software. Okay, so now I downloaded the video and brought it over to my video editing software. Again, I'm using Camtasia, but you can use whatever you want. So I'm going to go ahead and drag this down to my timeline. Okay, that looks good. And then the first thing I'm going to do is actually, because right now it's going to have the interview voice. So I'm going to right click on my timeline and just silence the audio. So now that the audio is done, and then I'm going to cut the scenes that I only want Ron Burgundy facing the camera. That's very important because the best quality for lip sync is when the person is facing the camera and directly talking to the camera. So that's what you want to look for. Again, you want to do this for fun. Obviously, you don't want to make you know, videos and make them sound exactly like the celebrity, and you don't want them to say weird things, right? Like, you got to be aware of that because there's copyright issues. So if you're doing it for fun and not monetizing it or whatever it is, or selling it to anybody, because obviously that's illegal, but this is just, you know, for fun. But anyways, the point is that you want to get some kind of an interview, whoever it is, that they're facing the camera. Because if they're talking from a side, or if they're talking too far away and their lips are not towards the camera, then a lip sync is not going to be that great. And another thing to note is that you want to make sure that you are cutting the scenes that the person is actually talking. Because if they're staying quiet and their mouth is shut, it's also going to come pretty weird. I'm going to explain this later on, actually, when we combine the video and the audio together and give it to lip sync for lip syncing. And I'll show you the example of what I'm talking about, because if the person is not talking and their mouth is closed, then the lip sync doesn't come as good versus if they're actually talking and facing the camera. So let's go ahead and do the cuts. I'm only going to use like 12 or 13 seconds of this just as an example, so that way you can see how it works. And then obviously you can, you know, you can do it as long as possible, as long as the cut scenes make sense and then the audio is also the same duration. Again, I'm going to show this step by step how to do this, but for now, let's go ahead and cut this. So I'm just going to cut until like maybe 12, 13 seconds. Yeah, let's just do 13 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and do the cut. I'm literally just going to split the pinhead here, remove that. All right, so now we have this 12-second video, as you can see, of Ron Burgundy kind of staring at the camera talking. So this is a good quality video for lip syncing. So now what I'm going to do is export this video because I want to remove the background here. So I'm going to go ahead and export it. Again, you can use whatever editing software you have to export it to a local MP4 file, because then we're going to import this to Runway to remove the background. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so now my file is there as MP4. I named it Ron Burgundy example. So now we're gonna head over to Runway. So let's go ahead and close this. We don't need that anymore. We're gonna go over to our Runway. Okay, so for those of you who are not familiar with Runway, you're gonna go to app.runwayml.com. So Runway is an AI platform where you can use to actually edit your videos. They have a lot of really cool features. It's also a text to video platform or a image to video platform or video editing platform. So they have a lot of really great functionalities. But if you don't have an account, you can actually sign up for free. So let's go ahead and do that. So you go to the sign up process, and then once you're done, then you'll go ahead to your account. And since I already have an account here, so I'm gonna go ahead and open that up. Okay, so I'm logged into my account. At the home page, you're gonna scroll down and take a look at the Runway AI tools. Again, they have a bunch of tools, but we're going to click on, or we're going to use the remove background one. So I'm gonna click on remove background. Okay, so once I click on remove background, I'm brought to my video editor. And I'm gonna actually click on upload here and then upload my video here. So you're just gonna click on that and it's gonna bring it over here. All right, so that's complete. Now I'm gonna basically drag this over here to my timeline on this canvas. And now, as you can see on the right side, it shows you click on the area that you start masking. So what this means is that you want to click on the object that you want to see on the video, because whatever you select, Runway is actually going to remove all the background. So you want to make sure that you're actually selecting the person that's interviewing. So I'm going to select on several different spots. So just from head to toe here. And it'll show you like what it's going to select. It's going to show you the green spot that has been selected. And again, you can zoom in because you want to make sure that you're selecting the right spot. As you can see right now, I don't want that there because for some reason it selected that little corner as well. So what you could do is on the right hand side here on the controls, you can click on exclude. And then now I'm going to click on this little spot because I don't want this to be there. So if I click on that, there you go. So now it removed it. Again, the rest of the spots, again, you can zoom in and use this little pan motion to make sure that all the spots are in the video. That looks good. All right, so that looks good. And I'm just gonna click on done masking. So now it's gonna load and basically remove the background. And the only thing that's going to be left is Ron Burgundy or the interviewer for the video. Everything else is going to be gone. So now you're basically going to go ahead and export this. And you have several options. You can export it. If your original video is 1080p, then you can export it in 1080p. Or if the resolution is 720, you can do it in 720 as well. Again, it's 720 is fine as well if you, because I have the pro version for Runway. So if you use the free version, I think you can only export in 720. But I'm going to go ahead and use 1080p and click on export the video. And now it's going to export the video. And once it's complete, you can download it from your assets. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to come back to my video editor here and go ahead and download. I can get rid of this at this point and import media. Okay, so now that I've downloaded the video that got exported from RunwayML, now I'm going to bring that down to my timeline. There you go. Oops. Let's bring that here. Yep, the video is still at 11-12 seconds. Cool. So right now it just shows the green screen and then just the interview interface. As you can see, Runway does a really good job of removing the background. And the reason why I like using Runway is because you have the ability to actually select different spots and not worry about any kind of errors, because you have the little tool that you can select to include or exclude, just like I showed earlier, of this different spots. And they do a really good job of the background removal. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is bring this down a little bit. Let's see, hold on, let me put this to fit. That looks good. Kind of bring it in the center. And then what I'm gonna do is actually remove this green here. Again, this is it's a very simple tool where any of the video editing software should have this. So I'm gonna go to visual effects and remove this green screen here. So I'm just gonna drag this remove color. Okay, that looks good. Now what I'm gonna do is actually download a background. So I can go to any free video or like unsplash.com or pixabay.com. I'll use pixabay.com. So go to pixabay.com and then search for News Back Studio. I'm gonna just say News Studio. Let's see what that comes up. News Studio. And then I'm gonna click on videos. So you're gonna come over here and click on videos. Okay, so now you have a bunch of videos right here. So I'm gonna select maybe this one. This looks good. So you can click on it and just download 920 by 7, doesn't matter. I mean, I'm just going to use 1280 by 70. So you're going to do that and then bring it over back to your timeline. So I'm going to go ahead and, okay, so I brought that down to my timeline here from my download file. I'm just going to grab this and put it right underneath here. And if we come back here, there you go. Now you can see Ron with a transparent background, but because we put this behind that timeline, now it's going to show the studio in the background. I'm going to go ahead and actually drag this to make sure it's in the same length. There you go. All right, so now we have Ron talking straight to the camera with his lips moving, and the background has been removed with Runway, and we have added our own studio background from Pixabay. Okay, so now our video is pretty much complete. Again, you could, drag this if you want to have an interview for like a minute or 2 minute or 3 minute or 5 minute, whatever the length of the video, as long as you want to make sure you're doing your cuts properly. So that way the interview is facing the camera. And then same thing, you want to remove the background and then add some kind of a background of your own. In this case, I added the studio background. And again, right now, as you can see, he is talking, but there's no voice, obviously, because we silenced the original video. Okay, so now the next step is cloning his voice. We're going to use ElevenLabs to do that. But in order to do that, we have to go ahead and, if you don't have an account already, you have to sign up for an account. So you're going to head over to elevenlabs.io and you're going to jump right in here. You're going to sign up. Again, you can, they have different pricing options, but I want to point out that if you want to clone a voice with a high quality, unfortunately you have to be on this most popular, their creator model, which for the first one it's $11 a month. So if you want to just sign up, because on the free version you're not going to be able to really clone based on a voice sample. So and same thing on the starter version, you can clone a voice, but the quality is not going to be as great. So you have to go ahead and sign up for this creator version. But since I've already done that, I'm going to go ahead and log in. But before we do that, actually, I want to point out something. As you can see right here, it says clone your voice with as little as 1 minute of an audio. So what we need to do is, in order to clone Ron Burgundy's voice, we need to have a voice sample of his that's at least 1 minute. And again, you want to make sure that the voice sample that you're choosing is there's no background noise, and it's just the person that you're cloning the voice to is actually talking clearly. So that way you can export that as an MP3 file, and then that way you can import it to ElevenLabs so that we can clone the voice. So in order to do that, I'm just going to actually use our existing video that we got. So I'm going to go ahead and just drag that back to the timeline. Again, this is the video that we downloaded from YouTube or wherever, with the person actually talking, and in this case Ron Burgundy's voice. So what I'm going to do is actually create his voice sample by dragging that video clip with his original voice before I silence the video to my timeline, and then I'm going to go ahead and export that as an MP3 file, so that way I could put that in ElevenLabs to clone his voice. Okay, so I went ahead and created his voice sample. I actually used a 3-minute voice sample and I exported it as MP3. If you don't have the ability to export as MP3 on your file, what you can do is just export the voice as MP4, and then you can go ahead and use some kind of an online converter to convert the voice from MP4 to MP3, because ElevenLabs is only going to accept MP3 and not MP4. All right, so now we're going to head over to ElevenLabs. Again, you have to unfortunately sign up for this creator version in order for you to clone that voice. But since I've already signed up, I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. Okay, and then once you log into your account, you're going to be brought back to your speech synthesis homepage. Again, if you're just going to come to elevenlabs.io, it's going to bring you here. So what you're going to do is actually head over to voices on the left hand side here. You're going to click on the voices tabs. And if you have created other voices, it's going to show up here. And since I've already done a bunch, I already have a bunch of voices here that I had generated or cloned. But what you're going to do is actually click on add generative or clone voice. You're going to click on the plus sign, and it's going to show you these different options. So instead of, you won't choose voice design or anything, you're just going to click on instant voice cloning. So you're going to click on instant voice cloning, and this is where you would actually upload the file, that MP3 file that we just downloaded of Ron's voice. So I'm going to click on upload, and then click on, oh, I've misspelled it as Rob Burgundy, but yeah, so I'm just going to click on this file. So now that I brought this in, again, there's a limit of 10 megabytes, so you want to make sure your file is not that big. So once you upload the file, you're gonna say Ron Burgundy, you're gonna name it. All right, that's good. and then you're gonna click on I hereby accept the term and term, and then click on voice. Okay, so as soon as you click on the use button, it's going to take you directly to the speech synthesis page. And now you see that the Ron Burgundy voice is already selected. So now here's where you will generate speech. So you have the limit here is that you can put up to 5,000 words. So basically now you can type whatever you want Ron Burgundy to say, and you can generate speech. So let's go ahead and do a sample of that. So I'm going to go ahead and put something here. Let me just copy and paste instead of typing. All right, so I went ahead and typed this. Again, you could do whatever you want, but I just typed a little short paragraph of deepfake Ron Burgundy introducing himself. So once you're complete typing whatever you want the deepfake version or this voice clone to say, what you're going to do is click on generate speech. And as soon as you do that, now it's going to go ahead and generate the speech line by line.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ron Burgundy, the quintessential news anchor from San Diego. Though not quite the Ron you remember, I've been upgraded, so to speak. Thanks to the wonders of modern technology, I am now the deepfake Ron Burgundy, a digital homage to the original, bringing you the same charm, wit, and impeccable style through the marvels of AI and deep learning. While I may be a product of cutting-edge technology, rest assured, my passion for delivering news and my penchant for a good glass of scotch are as authentic as ever. Stay classy in every reality.
All right, so that's cool. But one thing you notice, like it's 43 seconds and our video, the video that we edited, it's only 12 seconds. But I just did this so that way you understand that how it generates the speech. So you can type however long you want here or however short you want. You can adjust that based on the words, and then whatever the video length you want to do the lip sync with, you want to make sure that your audio length is exactly the same. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and actually remove majority of this. So let's go ahead and get rid of that, because we just only want a sample, so that way, you know, we can put those things together. So let's go ahead and generate the speech again.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ron Burgundy, the quintessential news anchor from San Diego, though not quite the Ron you remember. I've been upgraded, so to speak.
Yes, see, you got to play around a few times. As you can see, there's like some errors there. One of the ways you can adjust the way the speech works is by adding commas or dashes or different spaces. So that way you want to make sure you're getting exactly what you want as far as the speech synthesis goes. So what I'm going to do is actually just, instead of doing anything, just click on regenerate speech again, and it's going to probably do a better job because there was a lot of errors there.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ron Burgundy, the quintessential news anchor from San Diego, though not quite the Ron you remember. I've been upgraded, so to speak.
Again, same thing. There's like sometimes you run into errors. So what you can do, another way to adjust the sound is you're going to click on voice settings, and you have a few options here. So there's stability, similarity, and style exaggeration. So the stability, you want to make sure that it's kind of right in the middle at 50%, because otherwise it's going to start to hallucinate and make weird sounds and noises. Similarity, I usually keep it around like 80% or 75%. You know, that's pretty good. Style exaggeration, this is where a lot of the errors occurs, and that's why right now it's kind of tripping a little bit, because I've cranked it up to 37%. So I want to bring this back down to like 19-20%, and this will probably do a better job of exactly what I'm telling it to do. So I'm going to, now that's done, click on generate speech again.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ron Burgundy, the quintessential news anchor from San Diego. Though not quite the Ron you remember, I've been upgraded, so to speak. See, that's way better. So you can play around with the voice settings as far as the style exaggeration, the similarity, so that way it's exactly what you want as far as the voice clone is concerned. But this looks really good, so what I'm gonna do is basically click on down, but it's 10 seconds, so I can add more stuff to it. So let's go ahead and let me paste that again here. So now I'm just gonna actually get rid of this, and then do thanks to the wonders of modern technology, I'm now deepfake Ron Burgundy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's try that. All right, let's try that. Now generate speech. Thanks to the wonders of modern technology, I am now the deepfake Ron Burgundy, a digital homage to the original, bringing you the same charm, wit, and impeccable style through the marvels of AI and deep learning.
All right, perfect. That's great. So now I can just download this. And as you can see, it downloads as ElevenLabs and then the name of the voice. All right, so now that we have our video that we did already, which was this one with the Ron Burgundy facing and kind of silent audio and the background with the news. And now that we got our audio as well from ElevenLabs. So we're basically done as far as our both files, the video and audio is concerned. So now what we're gonna do is head over to Synclabs. And if you go to synclabs.so and click on try for free, again, you can sign up for their free account. It will give you up to 5 minutes of video and audio sync, which is plenty for this. But the only thing is it's gonna have a watermark. I have the pro version. So if we click on pricing here, so this is what I'm talking about. So the free version, you have access to the generated video models and 5 minutes of video generation per month. Again, that's plenty because our video is only 12 seconds and our video and audio is only 12 seconds. So it's going to work, but it's just going to, you know, the limitation is that it's going to process one video at a time, which is fine. But I have the creator version, which is basically everything on free, but except I get to generate 20 minutes of video per month. So I'm going to go ahead because I already have an account. I'm going to log in. But if you don't, again, click on the sign up and then you can sign up for this free version. And then once you log in, you're going to click on Playground and it's going to bring you directly here where you can click on New Project. And once I click on New Project, so now you can upload your video file and your audio file. So the first one is the video file. So I'm going to click on this upload. Oh, actually, I forgot to export that video. So I'm going to go ahead and export that. So let's go ahead and export this. I'm going to export this as MP4. Okay, that's complete. So now I'm going to go to my files. I want to make sure it's there. Okay, so I've exported the video as Ron video. And then this is the file that or the MP3 file, the clone voice that we downloaded from ElevenLabs. So I'm going to go back to my Synclab page, cancel this. Let's try it again. Click on video. And as you can see, Ron video is there. This is the one with the 12 seconds as MP4. Again, you want to make sure that you're exporting your video as MP4 because that's one of the only options they select as far as the video formatting. So I'm going to double click on this, add that there. And then now you're going to drag and drop or click on this to upload your audio file as well. And for this one, we're going to choose our ElevenLabs that we downloaded from there. And then that's pretty much it. So now you're going to click on generate. So now it's going to go ahead and process and make sure that the video formatting, the audio file is per their formatting, and it's just going to say it's going to create the lip sync for you. So it's going to say processing for a little bit. Usually it takes a couple of minutes for it to process. And then once you're done, you can go ahead and download your final video, which is basically the lip sync version. All right. So after a couple of minutes, the video is complete. So we're going to click on this little blue button right here to download the video. And that's it. It got downloaded as results8.mp4. So now we're going to go ahead to our file folder. Okay, as you can see, it's right here. So let me just get rid of these a little bit so that way. And this is the moment of truth. So let's double click on this. Okay, let me expand this a little bit. All right, let's click on play.
Thanks to the wonders of modern technology, I am now the deepfake Ron Burgundy, a digital homage to the original, bringing you the same charm, wit, and impeccable style through the marvels of AI and deep learning.
All right, that looks really cool actually. The reason why at the end it did a little cut is because our video or our audio was a little longer than the video, so it kind of did a repeat, but that's fine. I mean, it's only like 1 second because our video was 12 seconds and the audio was 13 seconds. So that's fine. Again, like you can play around as far as, you know, testing the different options. You can add like a 1 minute video as long as the person is facing the camera, or as long as the audio and the video file are exact match, you will get a really good result. And again, remember a few things to point out. You want to make sure that when you're downloading the video or when you're editing the video, you want to have the person facing the camera one. You want to make sure that the person is actually speaking the whole time, so their lips are moving the whole time. Because if their lips are closed, then the lip sync software is going to try to like make them speak, and it's going to look a little strange. But if they in the original video, if they are talking, if their lips are moving and they're facing the camera with their eyes, that's going to have the best possible results when it comes to the deepfake video. And as you can see, I mean, this is pretty good. So now you can extend this, you can make a 1-minute video, 10-minute video, whatever you want, but you want to make sure that the audio file and the video file is an exact match. And your video file, you want to make sure that there's no voice in that video. So that's why I silenced the video originally, to make sure that we add our own audio files. All right, I hope you found this video helpful and enjoyed it. I'll see you on the next one.